In this physical world, we believe that human beings achieve most of all the technical development. Humans are challenged time to time, even by the tiny organisms, resulting to the uncertain situation in terms of life, economic, social, and environmental aspects. The pandemic COVID-19 is affecting the present human race. With this, more than 3 million people are affected. More than 270,000 people lost their lives unexpectedly, and several thousands people are in hospital, and some are in the critical conditions. The millions of people lost their loved one. The millions need spiritual support at this moment of devastating experience of human beings. The economy of the entire world is going through the critical phase. Innumerable peoples have lost their jobs. The mental health of the people all over the world is affected. The objective of this program is to spread the peace message to all who are affected by this pandemic. The message from the various religions, faiths, and the beliefs will help to add some spiritual remedy to all the sufferers. Yet we do not know the exact cause of catastrophe, but we feel that the main cause in this is the limitation that we have crossed as regards to maintaining the social behavior and destroying the natural and environment. This is the time that all humans should unite irrespective of caste, religions, culture, color, and place and fight against the pandemic COVID-19. Looking at the present situations, the pandemic has taught us a lesson that without joint effort, we can certainly alleviate the existing plight and get over it. This is undoubtedly not the time to blame each other and waste our time. This is the time that we act together to eradicate the tiny invisible enemy from our mother world. Let us make our efforts to get free from this tranquility and fear. Let us join our hands together to bring serenity and a healthy world. Therefore, the Nepalese Culture Center, New Zealand Incorporated, has taken this initiative to spread peace message to all who are affected by the pandemic. Thanks to Girish Kraimi for initiating this program. The center strongly believes that the messages from the representatives of 7 from different religions and faiths and beliefs will help to soothe their feelings of loss and unwellness. We are thankful to media, including the YouTube, Facebook, emails, Twitters, and all for propagating this message. Also, we feel particularly grateful to YouTube that we have used it in many ways. Finally, on behalf of the participants, may I request you to spread this message to all your wider community. Thank you.
Kia ora, Minglava. And this is a Sumna series from Ratanadipa Burmese Buddhist Temple in Newland in Auckland. The global impact of COVID-19 has caused people's lives and livelihood. It has placed unprecedented pressure, medical capacities, and economies in many countries. Every individual is facing fear, uncertainty, and anxiety. We are all in the same boat. To be able to combat COVID-19, our nation needs to be united, like a formidable soccer teams. There are coaches, strikers, and defenders in the team. The government, together with the expertise of the health professionals, have the strategies, plans to fight the pandemic COVID-19 as our coaches. The frontline essential workers are fighting it as the striker. I would like to express my thanks to all of them who are fighting it to help all of us for our survival. We cannot ignore any others essential workers such as at the supermarket staffs, health workforce, and law enforcement, volunteers, and so on. We need to act as defenders or preventers by staying home, keeping social and physical distances in order to break the chain and not spread the virus. Prevention is better than cure. Each and every one of us has the responsibility to eliminate COVID-19 by following our coach's advice without fail. Only then will we score the winning goal. According to the Buddhist practices, we need to cultivate loving kindness, wishing people's health and well-being, to be kind to each other, and work together with solidarity and compassion. We have now been isolated and locked down the period, which has enabled break the chain and eliminate COVID-19. This has been a considerable sacrifice and constraints for those and their respective bubbles. At times like these, Buddhist mindfulness meditation can somehow help to manage and distress and worries and anxieties. Practicing mindfulness meditation does not require the certain place or the secluded place. Mindfulness meditation only require paying attention to activities you do, whether it be doing chores, gardening, exercising, going shopping, talking, listening, hearing, seeing. Even you may have a negative emotions, worries, fear, and anxiety. Buddhist practice offers people to master their own mind, release themselves from suffering. By being aware of every action you make and concentrating at moment to moment, people can control over their emotions. In conclusions, I would like to pray for all of you by chanting Pali Sutras. Tabitiya Vuvizandu Doko Rogo Vinatadu Made Bontondraya Dukiti Gayu Goboa Abhivadana Dileda Nesan Oda Pasaino Sadaro Dhamma Odandi Ayu Wono Dukambalan. May all calamities avoid you. May sorrows and disease be destroyed. May there be no dangers to you. May you have happiness and long life. Thank you.
My name is Bill Harrisons, one of the story writer and representing the Christian community. Greeting international fellows. The fact of our being here in each presence is the tiniest tribute towards the man's forward drive to recover from this worldwide crisis. From now on, almost anything anyone achieves at any level will represent a step towards the return to the normal times, maybe even better times. If you will, the COVID-19 is proving a key of unity for the planet, whose population is so nearly destroyed. The best we can do is grasp that opportunity with all good energy and constructive creativity. Thank you.
Namaste and good evening. I am Sridhar Basnat from Auckland, New Zealand. In the current state of chaos, confusion, and extreme uncertainty created due to COVID-19 pandemic, it is not unnatural to feel anxious, stressed, and worried. Vedic Dharma or Sanatan Dharma or Hindu religion speaks about peace not only for the welfare of human beings but also for the whole universe. Let's start with Santi Path or peace prayer from Yajurveda. Peace prayers and mantras are prayers for peace and are recited to calm the mind of the reciter and the environment around him.
Om Dyav Shantirantarikshagun Shanti Prithvi Shantirapaha Shantiroshadhayah Shanti Vanaspatayah Shantirvishve Devaha Shantirbrahma Shanti Sarvagwang Shanti Shantireva Shanti Sama Shantiredhi Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
I translate it, may the heavens be at peace, may the sky be at peace, may the earth be at peace. Peace to the water, peace to the trees and nature, may the gods be at peace, that peace unto Brahma, the Creator, and may we humans realize that peace. Oh, peace, peace, peace. Bad times come and go like a wind. They shake the branches and even the roots. The fact that it does not matter what kind of life we live, we'll always be vulnerable to its attacks. But we should not see them as strange and unusual because adversity is just a part of life. In Bhagavad Gita 2.29, 30, 31, 33 to 36 and 38, it is said, prepare to fight against adversity with peace in heart, whether you enjoy pleasure or suffer pain, be at peace. Whether you advance or are forced back, be at peace. Whether you win or lose, be at peace. If you are at peace within yourself, you cannot commit sins. Your actions are offerings to God, and through your actions you draw closer to God. God does not prefer material sacrifices, but God prefers the sacrifices of selfless actions. God prefers your all senses to be used in the service of others. In Bhagavad Gita 6.32, it is said, when a person responds to the joys and sorrows of others as if they are his own, he has attained the highest state of spiritual union. In Rig Veda 7.89, 1-5, it is said, God of nature, please keep me away from the place of death. I am not ready to go there. Have mercy upon me, great ruler, have mercy. As a mere human, I have offended you. Do not punish me. If through stupidity I have violated your laws, do not injure me. Have mercy, God of nature. Rig Veda 10.81. We pray to you, Creator of all, the Lord. Help us in the contest of life. You are the maker of all good things, and you are generous to all living creatures. Listen to our prayers with favor and help us. Brihat Ranyak Upanishad 1.3.28. From delusion lead to me to truth, from darkness lead to me to light, and from death lead to me to immortality. And those who understand these words have conquered the world, and those who have conquered the world are free from all fears. With your mind rooted in God, you see His perfection everywhere. Your intellect is clear and calm and is free from all delusion. You depend on no one and nothing, but you are at one with everyone and everything, which nothing can shatter. failing thwart every evil plan. The philosophy of Hinduism is based on the non-difference of self and others. Let us work for collective peace and well-being. Peace is achieved only when our mind, speech, and action are balanced. To achieve inner peace and get relief from stress and anxiety, let us practice yoga, pranayama, and meditation, which are some of the best gifts of Hinduism. Lastly, let us recite the peace mantra of Rig Veda, which says, "May all beings be happy, may all be free from disease, may all see ways of welfare, may none experience sorrow or pain."
सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्।
Om Santi Santi Santi.
Assalamu alaikum, Kiura, Namaskar, Namaste, good afternoon. Hello everyone, thank you for having me. My name is Jahan Hasrat Mukul. I am President of Bangladesh Association New Zealand Incorporated. I am going to be speaking to you today about Solace, to inner peace to fight against pandemic Covid-19. Ramadan Mubarak. Alhamdulillah, we completed the final 12 days of Ramadan and are entering to next 10 days of Maghfirat, means forgiveness of Allah. May we all forgive each other before seeking forgiveness from Allah. May Allah rescue all my friends, communities, and friends from COVID-19 attack and bless them all with good health and peaceful mind. Islamic law, like humanitarian work, is based on the border principle of do not harm. In times of crisis, Islamic practice can be adopted and we need to communicate there to keep people safe. Like religious justification for a mosque closure during times of crisis, the religious obligation to self-isolate of one exhibits symptoms or is at risk, and the safe adaptations to traditional Islamic burial practices that would better proceed frontline workers. It also offers spiritual counsel and consultations to the loved ones of those who process away from COVID-19. The guidance provides the basis within Islamic law and also medical understanding of the discussed so far for Muslim communities to adopt the guidelines to their particular context around the world. Islam is a practical religion that offers us different methods for dealing with different situations. The tools and information we need are there already. But it is a matter of ensuring that people have the knowledge they need to fight misinformation and misunderstanding that cost lives. The guidance has been shared with and developed in consultation with the World Health Organization as well as international and agencies. It will be used by Islamic relief teams across the world who will spread them to at-risk communities where they work. Building on lessons learned during the Ebola crisis, where certain faith practices like traditional burials were inflaming the health crisis, we feel it is critical to issue guidelines on safe behaviors. This includes religious justification for ending collective worship when it is not safe to do so, and also religious explanations on safe burial practices. We hope that by making it clear that we all have a collective responsibility to save lives, outlining our primary obligations to protect the lives of those around us. The guidelines will give aid workers and communities of faith around the world the resources and clarity that they need amidst this crisis. We also hope it will offer some spiritual consolation to those who may be unable to seek solace in religious practices in the usual way at the challenging time. Thank you so much.
Hello, Shalom Kamal, and all the people who are listening to this wonderful event. Prayer for peace for the entire people of New Zealand. We're here as the Jewish community standing with you together, praying that God will remove this invisible enemy, the Covid-19, and send healing and peace to the entire population of this world. We will recite a prayer for the royal family and for the people of New Zealand. He who gives salvation unto kings and dominion unto princes, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, may he bless our sovereign lady, Queen Elizabeth, Philip, Duke of Edinburgh, the Prince of Wales, and all the royal family. May the Supreme King of Kings, in his mercy, preserve the Queen in life, guard her, and deliver her from all trouble and sorrow. O Lord our God, bestow thy manifold blessings upon the people of New Zealand, the Governor General, leaders, ministers and councillors, and all those who work for the good and the welfare of this country. Put into their hearts a spirit of peace and fortitude, to deal justly and kindly with all the citizens and all of Israel. Help us to be equal to the high responsibility of citizenship, so that we may set forward the cause of love and fellowship and social justice. O Heavenly Father, spread your canopy of peace over all the people of this earth, granting compassion and brotherhood to all. Uva leTzion Goel v'chen yehi ratzon, and let us all say, Amen. We're sending our peace and gratitude for all of you together. This is Rabbi Friedler, Auckland Hebrew Congregation.
True peace can only be found by going inwards. Modern man very seldom looks within and looks without, so he sees pieces. When he looks within and he realizes that anything that can be seen is not yourself, he comes to an inner peace and finds peace within. Peace is the value associated with the mind. The mind can be likened to a lake. When the lake is agitated by a wind or a storm, the reflections cannot be seen. When the lake is still, if a bird flies over the lake, its reflection will be seen in the surface of the lake. The mountains and the scenery around it will be reflected within it. Such with the mind. When the mind is still, it sees clearly. When it is agitated by anger or jealousy or hate, it becomes agitated and things are seen unclearly. But when we fall to that deep peace within us, which is really becoming one with the universal consciousness which animates all living things, then we find peace, unity, and love. And Sai Baba, the great teacher from India, had this motto: love all and serve all. Help ever, hurt never. Christ said, love thy neighbor as thyself. He was giving us an indication that the self is in your neighbor. In truth, all are one, and in that one, there is unity. Love is the recognition of unity between the lover and the loved. For mankind to find peace, we must find peace within. And that peace can move to family, to village, to nation, to the world. But it will only be found by finding the inner peace within us, and the mind being unruffled by disasters or great triumphs. Will treat all with equanimity. When I was a young man, I was governed by the mind. There was a voice in the mind that kept saying, I, me, and mine. And I believed that that was who I was. So if I got beaten in a tennis game, I'd throw the ball away and get all agitated. But by the grace of God, I was taught what was then called silent sitting, or the exercise, which was just to be still and know that you cannot be what you can see. After practicing this for 2 minutes a day, every day, I began to hear birds sing. And I realized that I hadn't heard birds sing for a very long time. All I had heard was the agitations of the mind. I began to see things clearly, to solve problems easily, and it made a huge difference to my life. When I came in contact with the teachings of Sai Baba, I found that he taught it silent sitting, very similar to that I had learned. And in meditation, following the rule, we cannot be what we can see. We can experience that universal peace and the unity of all things. and see the self reflected in our fellow men, in the dog we walk, or the bird we see sitting on the tree. Forms are many, life is one, and in the realization of that, in the unruffled mind, we can experience peace, live in peace, and love our fellow man, with no difference between creed, color, or country.
Sat Sri Akal. Hello. COVID-19 has taken and disrupted lives all over the world. People are in pain. They are sick and they are dying. There is no cure. People are going through a range of extreme emotions. There is a fear, anxiety, frustration, and anger. It is a huge challenge to cope with such emotions. This is the time to stay calm and comfort each other. People need support. People need food. We have to come together and rise above any type of differences. We have to help all. Manas ki jaat, sabe eke pehchan wo. Treat every human being as alike. People have lost their incomes. People are hungry. We need to feed them. We need to do organize langar, free kitchen, and reach out to people. The Sikh tradition of langar teaches unity and equality. People sit in a pangat, a line, and eat together, thus feeling equal in status. The practice was started in the 15th century by Guru Nanak Dev Ji, the first Guru, the first prophet of the Sikhs. Donate generously to feed people and cheer. Vand Chakko, Seva, selfless service is the need of the times. We can observe how many Sikhs all around the world are serving humanity. Do selfless service with nimrata, humility. Reach out to people to help them without the slightest suggestion of any reward. You will get plenty of reward in the form of inner peace. This is what every Sikh strives to do. This is what every human being should do for world peace at these trying times. I'm proud that so many people as volunteers are donating their time to distribute food to those who are in need. Whichever religion, whichever race, we all need to come together as equals and try to do as much as we can to overcome this battle by supporting each other. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Sat Sri Akal.
Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityur Ma Mritam Samagamaya Om Santi Om Santi Santi. O God, lead me from falsehood to the truth. Lead me from darkness, ignorance to light, enlightenment. Lead me from death to immortality. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste. Good evening. Kia ora. Salam alaikum. Sastri Akal. Dear social leaders, participants, and listeners, on behalf of my team, I, Dr. Girish Regmi, want to thank all of participating social leaders involved in this talk program with religious music for expressing solace for peace in inner mind. in this troubled period of our life in earth. We all will be happy, even if few listeners can obtain solace in their mind after understanding importance of science and religious advices forwarded by learned speakers to pacify mind to the people who are affected by COVID-19 in this earth. I am from Nepal, a paradise on earth, and living in New Zealand for the last 25 years. Similarly, I like to thank all of team members to run and dedicate their time and efforts for this program. I hope the prayer and soothing music provided by social leaders participating in today's program did try to give some ideas of requirement of inner peace, solace inside the mind to COVID-19 affected people of this world. As expressed by Swami Vivekananda in the end of 19th century in Chicago conference, that science and religious thinking are essential for the harmony of nature and peace inside every mind. Knowledge of science and religious advices by our forefathers are essential to protect the earth and planet, people, as well as peace in mind. We are becoming too materialistic without protecting the balance of nature, forgetting the burden created by human beings in the atmosphere as well around the earth and water surfaces. We need fusion of spiritual and modern science to balance inner mind of people and environment so that life continues with less trouble as soon as possible. Until we are not able to create solace of inner peace within our inner mind and unable to resolve environmental issues along with health, economical issues, we cannot achieve and live normal life. We have to be strong to resist and fight the virus and be able to survive. We need reconciliation of science and spiritual philosophy in our earth to create harmony between earth and people and promise not to burden poor earth. We hope to obtain your positive vibe and support for organizing this type of program, Solace for Inner Peace in Mind, in coming months. Thank you. Namaste.